It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this absolutely fantastic, robust lifestyle show. I would like to thank each one of our listeners today that have tuned in live and that will be listening to the recording on the podcast. I am just very grateful for each one of our listeners. And I am just really excited today to have with me my returning diva, Beth Lauren Parrish, and she is going to speak about the power in manifesting and vision boards. Oh man, listeners, you are in for a treat today. Beth, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joyce. My name is Beth Lauren Parrish, and my business is Inspired Riding. I'm a certified riding instructor, a remote coach, and I offer online courses, meditations, a journal for inspired riders. I do remote coaching privately and through a group, and I have now a new mobile app called the Focus app. And my whole goal is to encourage equestrians to slow down, trust their intuition, and listen to their horses so they can have the best co-creative dances possible.
Oh, wow. You are one busy diva. Never a dull moment in your life.
My heart. No.
Oh, I love it. Well, as our topic is power in manifesting and vision boards, how are you working with some of the coaching on teaching some of your clients of the power in both of these? Or how are you bringing it across to your clients what power is in manifesting and vision boards?
Well, I'll start with a story. Well, first, yes, I am definitely doing that. I have a private coaching group. It's called the Inspired Riding Connection. And each month we have a theme. So this month is all about vision boarding. And I've done several variations and have had much success with it. And I wanted to try something different specifically for inspired riders because they know how to get into that meditative state and tune in with their inner guidance to get support. So I wanted to fold that in. But basically what I wanted to explain is the story I told them on how it works and how it can work, by accident, and then how you can shift it to get it to work on purpose. So back in Texas, where we lived on a 10-acre ranch that we were leasing, it was absolutely beautiful. It was like a piece of heaven. There were 5 horses. We had a beautiful dressage court we could teach out of. And in that house, it was a beautiful 2-story home, and the bottom bathroom had this really long counter. So it had 2 sinks, and I was able to decorate it the way I wanted. And I ended up putting this really beautiful poster from Cavalia, if you remember that show. And the gentleman in the poster was smiling and spreading his arms out as he was jumping a fence with a horse. So his arms were free, and it just looked so joyful. And the horse was this gorgeous bay horse that looked really happy jumping. So that poster was in the corner. And then just underneath that poster was this beautiful little, it looked like Andalusian horse, and it was like a wind-up toy. I had 2 of them. Someone had given me as a present. So I just placed them there, and that's what I looked at when I brushed my teeth every day. So fast forward to a few things that happened in my life, but I ended up finding an amazing event horse who was 20 years old but still had a lot of go in him. And he ended up being my really safe, steady jumping horse that I was aching to have again. And he looked just like that horse in the poster. And I was able to tie up my reins and put my arms out and jump over jumps without holding on to the reins.
Oh, wow.
And then I had also told my husband I was really eager to find some upper-level dressage horses to start riding. And probably about 6 months later, I was working with a trainer who was helping me with this event horse, and she said, you know, I'm going to be moving out of town. I've got this job where I have to ride these. I get to ride these 6 Andalusian stallions, and I think I need you to take over. And I was like, wait, what? So it just so happened. So I had this job for a few months, and it was amazing. But to come back to that corner, all of a sudden I looked at it one day, and I just went, holy moly, I actually manifested that and didn't even realize. Because it was in my immediate environment. It was something I was looking at every day. So what would happen if I actually, on purpose, took specific words, images, whatever would light me up and make me feel really happy, and strategically place them where I'm looking every day? So it might be like putting stuff on your fridge. It might be putting stuff on your mirror, you know, where you go to the bathroom every day. But if you were to get into that meditative state and tune in with your inner guidance and ask what it is that you really want to create in your life, then you can start to put it visually around you so it becomes part of your life and you can step into that.
Oh, yes. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful story. You were doing something and you didn't even realize what you were doing until after it all came together and happened. Oh, my goodness. That is incredible. But, yes, that just shows the power in manifesting. And you had kind of, through the poster, it was almost like your vision board of something you really wanted to have and do.
Exactly. And so that was by accident. So now we can get much more on purpose about how we want our lives to go with creating really specific vision boards, or like I said, you can be really simple and just pull out a few words and images and place them strategically around your house. But with a vision board, I actually suggested to my clients, this was an idea that just came to me. I thought, why don't we get a trifold? So we'll have a panel on the left, a panel in the middle, and a panel on the right. And what I suggested was we would create goals for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, and the next year. And then that way, when we want to focus on these goals, we could literally walk into our vision board and let it be like an all-encompassing kind of 3D feeling. You know, so you're looking at your 3 months on the left, your 6 months in the middle, and your year on the right. And you just kind of look at it progressively like you're just walking into your future in a sense. So that was one of the ideas I had. And then the other part, like I said, I've taught my students how to tune in with their inner guidance. So I had them just do some free writing with that and to find out like what kind of goals they want to achieve. And then from there, what you do is you kind of work backwards. Like, okay, let's say I want to be jumping a jump course, cantering, you know, what are the things I need to do to get there? Like right now, I'm just trotting over one jump. How do I get to that? So you have to think all the little baby steps in between to get you to that point. And you write them down, and then you can even create, you know, pictures of a jump course or your horse cantering. You know, you and your horse in perfect harmony, happy, things like that. And then words like brave, confident, flowing, you know, all those things you can add to it. As long as those words and the images make you happy and light you up and don't intimidate you, I think that's the important thing. You have to let yourself feel like it's a progressive thing and not like overwhelming where you want to throw up, you know. So
right.
It's really good to notice how you feel as you're creating it. So then, like, once you've tuned in with your inner guidance, the next step would be actually to imagine yourself in the future already doing the thing that you want to be doing and feeling, and you start to tune in with your future self, your future successful self, and ask her or him what it is that they did and what advice do they have for you. And I truly believe that this works because it happened to me several times when I've done this kind of meditation. And I have this in my meditations. It's under the Sprinkle of Fairy Dust meditation under my pack. And basically, the first time I ever did it, my future self looked at me and just said, just start doing Zumba. I was like, Zumba, that's weird. Okay. But then the next day I got an email saying that there was a sale for Zumba for the Wii Nintendo system, and my client had just given me this Nintendo system, so I ordered it. Next thing you know, I'm doing Zumba all the time, and I'm like loving it, and it's just so addictive, and I'm really getting my body moving. I'm building confidence and strength, and that's what made me decide I wanted to get the event horse. So it's like it all, came together in the most amazing ways. So that's a really wonderful tool. So you tune in with your inner guidance, you tune in with your future self, and then you can tune in with your horse and ask your horse for ideas and advice. And that one's really invaluable because then you can feel like you really are co-creating your future together. Yeah, and I think there was one more, not to blow everyone's mind, but we're going to just keep going down the rabbit hole. So the next one is what I call your energetic success board. So the energetic success board would be like you're sitting at a round table with whatever energy of person, fictional or real, alive or passed on, that you'd like to tune in with to get advice from. So my board consists of Oprah, Michael Jordan, Madonna, and Steve Jobs. And I talk to all of them whenever I want to talk about business and get ideas on marketing and all sorts of things. And they give me tons of ideas. I just sit with a journal and write and write and write. It's amazing. So you can think of all the people that you'd like to connect with to help you with whatever goal you want in life.
Oh, that is just incredible. That is so awesome. Everything was so good. The inner guidance and looking at your future inner self, and then asking your horse so you can all come together. And then the last one, too, of energetic success board, of tuning in to people that you want to get advice from and just listening through kind of like telepathic ways of how they're telling you to help you to get to the next level of what you are wanting to do. Oh, Beth, that is incredible. That is awesome.
Thank you. You can feel how much more powerful that is than just finding pretty pictures in a magazine and just putting them up, right?
Right. Exactly.
There's real intention, there's real purpose, and then the other part is, like, once you've got it all together, then you can literally take, like, even if it's 30 seconds to 2 minutes a day, imagining you're already there, and then get that feeling of gratitude around your entire essence and bring that through the rest of your day. And you're feeling like it's already there, it's already come to you, and then that's how you can become a vibrational match to your new future successful self.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, I love that. And then how you put it all together and have gratitude that you're already there. You have accomplished what you want as you're manifesting it. And what a whole nother state of mind and a whole nother topic being in gratitude attitude gives you when you're being thankful for what you have and what you are accomplishing. Oh, that is just incredible. I've done vision boards that I have never quite heard someone teach them that way or have you do them that way, but I love that technique. That is just, it's really putting yourself into it rather than, like you said, just cutting pictures out and pasting them on a board.
Yeah. And not to say that won't work. You see pretty things and it makes you happy, then that's definitely a step in the right direction.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And each one is a little different. If the pictures are what make you happy and make you think about and manifest where you want to be in the future, then do the pictures. They're great too. But it's also, the pictures may motivate some people to do, like you said, to imagine you are already there when they see that picture. And that's, it all just comes together. It's all full circle on how to do it. That is incredible. That is such a neat way that you have created, and it all started with how you decorated your bathroom. That is what is so interesting.
Right? Yeah, and then another thing about manifesting in general, I told a little story about how I met my husband. I don't think I've shared that with you yet, right?
No, I have not heard that one. I'm excited to hear.
So So early, probably in my mid-20s, I've been dating on and off quite a bit, and nothing was really clicking. And I finally got to the point where I was dating one guy, and on our third date, he said to me, "I'm going to pick you up. You're not going to smell all horsey, are you? Have you met me?" Oh, like, wait, I think you should maybe not pick me up when we're done. So, yeah, let's just end this now and save us both from any groups, because obviously that wasn't going to work. So, like, I'm always smelling somewhat horsey, no matter what. And I just kind of shook my head and laughed at that one. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? I just need to stop dating for a while and just enjoy my life with my horses. And then I even kind of drew a line in the sand. I said, listen, I don't mind if I never, get married, if I never have a significant other. I can be totally fine being a happy horsewoman by myself and just enjoy my animals and my friends and be fine. So about 2 or 3 months later, I randomly just looked up at a star, and I just wished on the star for an amazing boyfriend that would totally understand my horse passion. And then I forgot about it. And then a couple months later, I was still doing my thing, having fun with my career, and my brother called me and said, there's this website. It's called MySpace. If you can remember, MySpace was before Facebook. He's like, you should create a profile. You'll meet old friends. It'll be great. And I was like really hesitant. I'm like, are you sure this sounds weird? He's like, no, just do it. So he convinced me to do it. And about 3 weeks into it, I got a message from Charlie, and he was sending me instant messages back and forth, and asking some little questions about me. And I had put a picture of myself on my little Arabian horse, so it was very clear I was a horse girl. I wasn't gonna misadvertise in any way. And so, he was messaging, and it was taking a really long time for him to write back in the instant messaging. So I said, are you doing something else? It feels like you're maybe not really into this conversation. He's like, no, I type like a gorilla. It takes me a long time. Here's my number. So I called him, and we talked on the phone for 3 hours that evening. And found out he was only about 20 minutes away from me. I was living in Montrose. He was living in Glendale, California. And we agreed to meet right around the corner from where I lived at a little restaurant. And we went out to dinner the next night, and we've been together ever since. It was just one of those things. And so the amazing thing was I had just decided, nope, this is only thing that I want, and I'm not going to compromise. And then he just showed up. And what was interesting is his friend actually created his MySpace profile. So we joke about his friend and my brother being matchmakers,
Oh, what a beautiful story. What a beautiful story. And he didn't care you smelled like a horse.
My favorite part was our second date, which was after dinner. He called me right after dinner and said, I'm not one of those LA guys that's going to wait 2 weeks to call you. What are you doing tomorrow? And I said, well, I'll be working at my barn if you want to come. He actually knew the barn owner because they were all stuntmen. So he's in the film and television industry. So he came to my barn, and I was brushing a horse, and then he asked if it was okay to come in, and he started brushing the horse with me. And as soon as he did that, he said he looked at me and knew that I was so happy. So he's like, get dirty with me. This is great. So yeah, it was amazing. He had told me that he worked on cattle ranches growing up in Texas, and you just never know until they actually show you what they know, and that was a pretty beautiful connection. And he loves the horses as much as me, which is pretty amazing. So I feel very, very blessed that we found each other.
Yes. Oh, that is an absolutely beautiful story, and it just shows how you manifested it, because you wished upon that star, and you were kind of like, okay, if it happens, I know what I'm looking for, and all at once it walked into your life. Oh, how beautiful. That is an incredible story.
Yeah, we kind of joke and say it's either this or something better.
Yes.
That's kind of like one of our mantras, this or something better, and it's all going to work out beautifully. So. Yes.
Oh, wow. Now, do you have a lot of, do you talk about the manifesting and vision boards a little bit? Touch on that if someone
that could be a nice addition for another update at some point.
Okay. Wow. Yes,
Thank
you you really need to have that in there, because this is such a unique way to do it that you need to put that out there, in my feeling, so others can have it, even like when they get your app and like when they listen to this, they're going to go, that's pretty interesting. And then through your app, they'll be able to access this also, because that's incredible. I love how you have described on doing the vision boards and the examples you have given. They're very, very down to earth, where people can totally relate to their own life and put it into where they are living in life too, and how they can manifest and use a vision board to help them to live and be what they want to be, imagining you are already there. I've heard that so much, and I love that, and it is so true. So true.
Oh, it really helps. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It definitely does. And to ask the universe, or whatever you want to call it, what do I need to do to get there? And that is beautiful too. And connecting with the horse, asking your horse. I love that part. And is there an example that you have experienced in asking your Pepper pony on asking your horse?
Yes. And Pepper's always telling me, you need to trust me more. We need to do more. Let's just keep going. Like, he's so funny. He knows when I'm a little tired, and he kind of dials it in. But he knows when I'm feeling that inner child joy moment, and he'll just go. And he loves that. So we've gotten now to a place where I'm starting to work on just cantering over poles, so I get more used to the idea of cantering a course with him. And so what I do is I have him trot over the poles until he's ready to canter, and he just offers the canter on his own, and I go with the flow of it. So instead of me forcing him into it, say, come on, we got to go do it, I just wait for him till he's ready, and he offers it, and then I flow with it. And then at that point, he's just going and going and going. Like my last ride last Sunday, my physical therapist came to watch, and she said, Beth, that's the most balanced canter you guys have ever done. I'm like, it's because I just allowed for it, and I went with it. So his advice is always trust me more and go with me, and he also likes to go on the trails more. So we go in the woods. He likes to feel like he's going on an adventure. If he gets a little bored in the arena, I don't have like some sort of poles or jump set up. Yep.
That is just beautiful. And I love how even someone else, like your physical therapist, noticed the flow that was coming when you two, basically what you always say, dance with your horse. And that's exactly what you're doing, because you're both flowing together and dancing together. And that is incredible. It's just what you always talk about, Beth.
Fun too, and it happens, and you just never want it to end. So my sister, actually, who's not a horse person, gave me a brilliant idea. She goes, when you have those solid rides and you feel so amazing afterwards, like make it a game to see how long you can keep that feeling going the rest of your day. Like she said, never get off the horse in your mind. And I was like, I love that.
I do too.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, I had to share that one too. Because when you get in that mode, you can't explain it to anyone. You just have to experience it. And when you're in that flow, it's like there's nothing else better. You're just in that state of being in the zone, flowing with them, and it's the coolest feeling ever. And you just don't want it to end, and you just feel so grateful it happened, you know?
And your horse is feeling the same way, because it all flowed together for him, too. Pepper was having as much fun as you were.
Totally. He was very proud. And, yeah, and he was grateful that I just went with it and enjoyed it, too. And I have this theory. The horses that love to be ridden, they want to show us what it's like to move like them. And when we get into that flow and accept that they want to show us, it's the most beautiful gift they can give us.
And his advice that you said, it just comes right in there to being in the flow with trust me and go with me. Oh,
exactly.
it all just, it's like I said, it all comes into a full circle, and it just all goes together and makes the flow all just flow nice and smoothly. And then your sister's advice of never get off the horse in your mind, because you'll keep that good feeling inside of you for the rest of the day. What beautiful advice. That's incredible. That's another one I haven't heard either, and I love that.
Good, I'm so glad.
You're giving our listeners and myself all kinds of tips today to help to manifest and to think about the good things and what's happening, and when there is that great moment, to keep it going. Don't let it just be a moment in time. Just keep thinking about that and being in that moment. Oh, my horses always say live in the moment, so isn't that the truth?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, Beth, that was just awesome. I loved it. Well, as this interview comes to a close with all the great information you have already shared, what is a final tip? You've left so many, but is there another final tip you would like to leave with our listeners today?
Keep yourself open to possibilities and dream as big as you can. And then once you do, more doors will open. So don't limit yourself, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Dream big. I love that. Dream big and manifest it's happening. How beautiful. Oh, Beth, thank you so much for sharing all this valuable information with us today. This was another incredible interview. You just did awesome. I loved it.
You're most welcome. It's my pleasure.
Oh, well, and you have a fantastic day. And when you ride today, enjoy every moment of it.
I will. I get really blessed. I get to ride my pony and my client's pony later, so all is well.
Oh, awesome! It's going to be a great day. It already is. I can feel it.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I will leave you with, may the horse be with you always.
Oh, thank you, Beth. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank all of our listeners for listening to this incredible interview with our amazing diva, Beth Lauren Parrish. And be sure and tune in December when she will share some more valuable information again. Be sure to share this show with all your family and friends. Check out all the hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Remember to dream big and manifest that you are already there. Have a fantastic day. Be kind to all. Give your animals that great big extra hug and share all your love with them. And until we connect again on Robust Lifestyles, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.